Let's get naked.
What?
Let's go crazy.
Let's Go Crazy is the name of the song.
Hi, Brad Shoemaker.
Let's look for the purple banana, Vinny.
Whoa. I'm not ready to get that crazy or that naked.
Vinny, you're drunk. Go home.
I've gone home.
Oh, you have?
I have gone home. You get that? I have gone home.
Yeah? Okay.
I have gone home.
You're home?
No, I'm saying I have gone home. It's right here.
Oh, that Gone Home.
This gone home.
From the Fulbright Company.
If that's the gone home I have, then that is the gone home we're talking about.
Okay.
Yes, the Fulbright Company first game, right?
Yeah, as a little indie studio. They're a 4-person jobber up in...
I'd say this is like one window. I wouldn't call that Fulbright, but yeah, let's go with it. This is...
they're up in Portland, I think,
this is,
for the most part.
This is an interesting game.
This game is really impressive in a lot of ways, and I think it's a very important game.
So...
But let's get into it.
I'm going to go over all the mechanics before I jump in because it's a little overwhelming.
Okay.
So you use the arrow keys to walk and use the mouse to look around.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, well.
This game takes place, I think, 1995, is it?
Look at that. I know what that is.
Is it 95?
Yes. Well, you know, let's find out.
Fulbright Company.
Let's let the game speak for itself.
I'll do the talking, please.
Wait.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
I don't know about you, I played this with no subtitles, but, you know.
Well,
they're on for the benefit of the viewer.
Yeah, I didn't turn them on for the game. So the game is, you're this young lady who has returned home on June 7th, 1995.
Yeah, basically
back in time from 2013.
Yes. This is a period piece, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I was away on a European vacation.
Yeah, well, you're over there for a year, so it's almost more of a sabbatical, study abroad kind of thing.
Oh, okay, this must be what the overlay text is. So there's an option, and actually, I don't like that.
Yeah, let's turn that off.
I'm going to go into the options, and we tried to turn on all the text for the benefits of the quick look, but I feel like that one in particular is...
That's too much.
Too much.
But subtitle's good for... to accommodate our yapping.
So the game is a lot of this,
yeah.
right? So that's why the overlay text, I think, is kind of dumb. They have put in a lot of work into making these high-res textures that you can read.
Fans of high-res textures rejoice.
And I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard. You can play with the controller.
Yeah.
Again, the control scheme, not super crazy. So you come home. Again, you were on a European vacation. Your parents left the keys to the brand new Porsche. And I feel like you know how this goes.
Let my Cameron go.
So you come home and you find this note on the wall. And this is how you read stuff, and I actually really like a lot of this. So it says, you know, Katie, I'm sorry I can't be able to see you, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around. Trying to find out where I am. I don't want Mom and Dad, I dare say anyone, to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you. Sam.
Mysterious.
Some serious note
cryptic,
from your sister, brother, daughter.
Slightly foreboding note.
Could be your mom. I assume it's not because Mom and Dad crossed that. So you get that, and that's pretty much all you have in the way of the setup for the story, and now you're in the game. And what you do is, I actually don't like the mouse control as much as I like the keyboard. Yeah, this is a little too fast for me.
Oh, well, you could always turn that down.
I should make people sick. Like a human doesn't turn that fast.
I mean, this is in no way an action game.
No. You don't need that, you don't need that kind of speed.
Of any kind. This is, you know, I guess it's important for people to. So yeah, that's one of the main components of the game is picking stuff up
and putting it back. Pick it up, put it back. Picking it up.
Now look at it.
And put it back.
Oh wait.
And pick it up. Or put it here.
Oh man.
Or pick it up and put it back.
I do like that you can snap every object back to its original, or you could just make a complete mess of this house.
No.
Your mother breaks her back in this house day after day, picking up after you.
What do you know about my mother? So here.
This is the respect you show the woman that brought you into the world.
Here's this cup. Is this cup important? I don't know.
I'm gonna say no.
Put the cup over here. So what we need to do is get inside the house, and I forgot to show you. So you and I have both played through this game. It's not exceptionally long, but this door is locked.
It's actually, I don't want to call it a short game necessarily because I feel like that does it a disservice.
It's not. It's as long as it needs to be.
It's yes, exactly. But also it's very tight. Like this game does not waste 1 minute with fluff or filler. You know, like everything it does is in service of telling the story. And like it really rolls out this found story in a very organic and really like well constructed kind of way.
Let's dig in here, and I'll kind of
wait.
So
turn the lamp on. Turn the lamp on.
So stop watching this right now if you're interested in this game, if you're gonna play it, because this game is all about the discovery and trying to figure out.
Or even if you're not already sold, if at any point in this quick look you think this looks like something you want to play,
just stop watching.
Turn this off and go get it.
Because I'm about to go solve what are very minor puzzles, but that's kind of what the game is all about.
Yeah, although I don't even know if I'd call them puzzles.
So that being said, hey, guess what? The key is underneath the duck.
Yeah.
And this duck was $6.
Oh wow, that's good to know. Man, that's like it's like $870 in.
It's an expensive duck.
You know, adjusted for inflation.
That's a job lot, odd lot. I just opened the door.
Yep.
And now we're in it. And the spooky begins. Here's me.
Yeah.
Here's my boarding pass in case, you don't really use the inventory very much.
No, you really don't.
Occasionally you do, and one of the things I did actually use was the boarding pass a couple of times to check what today's date is as you're kind of lining up some of the items you find around the world and being like, is that today? Is that yesterday?
Yeah.
What is today?
That, you know, because all the stuff you find, a lot of it is dated, so that was a good reference point of like, oh, that happened 3 days ago, that happened last fall.
And then also using the boarding pass to find out how old I am and when I was born.
Right,
and all
it
that
does.
stuff.
Those things do give a lot of context to the story.
Here's a very rudimentary map of the house, and
I mean, you're really piecing this together. I mean, so basically, the setup here is that nobody's here.
Nobody's here. Well, at least as of right now, I don't know if anybody's here.
Like you've been gone for a year and you come home and where's your family? What's going on here?
And this is what you do in the game. You look around and you are going to try and figure out what's going on here. So you find things like this. Is this important? I don't know. Travel time, 1 hour and 10 minutes. F that. That's a long commute. Let's close the drawer. Anything in here? Nope. Anything in here? Nope. Is there anything important here? Nope. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Vinny, why you gotta...
So when I played this game at home, I actually spent a lot of time when I would find anything out of place on the floor.
Yeah.
I would put it back.
I absolutely did the same thing.
I felt like I was cleaning up my house.
I didn't want to mess this place up for some reason, yeah. Wait a minute, so you're saying the Vinny you see in the quick look is not necessarily the Vinny?
Hey, things might appear crazier in your rearview mirror than they may.
Not the Vinny you get at home.
So this is a great example of kind of piecing together the story here. This is a receipt from a moving company, which kind of tells you the story, at least, that somebody has moved into this house fairly recently. From the name, you can see that it's from somebody related to me.
Looks like they probably moved in after you left for Europe?
Yeah, because it's June '95 now.
So I think she was gone a full year. I'm not positive.
Yeah, you can start. This is the kind of storytelling that they're going to be doing. So you're going to start putting this stuff together.
Well, let's kind of move past this stuff because
Dear Katie,
so
much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real.
Big smile.
But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal.
Thank you for spelling phase
just
correctly.
Like I was talking to you.
So that's what's going to happen. So now you realize Sam is your little sister.
Right.
And as you find kind of relevant items around the house, her journal will talk to you. It's never really quite 100% clear how you're getting these journal entries to show up, but you will trigger them, and she'll kind of illuminate.
Yep.
Your
Man,
surroundings.
look at you. So we were talking about this game earlier because there's a lot to talk about in this game. Like it's it works on multiple levels. But you were talking about like your wife was kind of put off by like the number of kind of useless objects strewn around everywhere.
So yeah, so when I first started playing at home, it was definitely a lot of like me picking up everything I could, right?
Right. Like if you
go
go
look at this pencil, I should check out this. Make sure this pencil.
Like there's so many objects in this game that are just like they're cool to pick up and look at because there's a ton of detail put into them. I mean, look at that. Like, there are a zillion fake brands made up for this game, for one thing, and like fake magazines and stuff, which are a delight in themselves. But more to the point, mechanically, like, you need to fill the environment with a lot of stuff that doesn't matter so that you don't kind of over-accentuate the stuff that does matter, you know?
Yeah, and part of the joy of this game is kind of not knowing what does matter and doesn't matter. Like, does this matter? Well, it matters to you if you were trying to piece together when that move-in date was, right?
Right.
So, like, now you can see she departed in July, and they moved in August. So there you go.
But, like,
mystery
you know,
solved.
if only the things you could pick up and mess with were the things that matter to the story, you'd have the classic adventure game pixel hunt problem of, like, everything that's related to the gameplay would just stick out like a sore thumb, you know?
Yep.
You just, yep, okay, great.
I don't want any calls.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam.
Not me.
Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you.
Bad stuff's happening.
Be there.
I'm having a seizure, thanks.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight.
So that's the message you heard from the beginning. This is a note about her friend Daniel, who's got a rad Nintendo. Again, this is 95, so it's a Super Nintendo that they have currently, but I think she was actually talking about their Nintendo.
1995, you gotta get that PlayStation. Get with it.
There's your map.
Man, this runs way better than it did on my machine at home.
Yeah, same here.
My machine, neither of our machines are that far behind. Anyway.
Oh my God. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
So, I mean, like, everything that they created for this game, like the handwriting, the newspaper clippings, the magazines, like, that stuff is immaculate. Like, it's incredible, the detail that they put into, like, well, you look at the photo. The detail that they put into all these kind of found objects that communicate the different aspects of the story.
Yeah.
Like, the work is so detailed, so well executed.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite parts, and I've actually mentioned this before in other quick looks of other games. The notes you find, the handwritten notes at least, are actually handwritten and scanned into the,
yeah, like the credits. The credits have a lengthy list of handwriting credits.
And it's great. It's not a font. It doesn't. You know, like everything's got its own personality.
Right.
As you're trying to piece together this mystery. You know, I'm not going to read all this stuff aloud. You can,
no, it's fine. I mean,
you can read it.
I don't even know how much of this game we should show. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be like these are the mechanics.
Right. Well, you know, there's
except for this. What?
Whoa! What?
What?
I think I missed that.
Ha ha ha.
Oh no! I missed that.
Ha ha ha.
Wow. And you know, me and you both have talked to Patrick about some stuff that he found that we didn't find. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally did not see this.
I write on what I hope and imagine is So you can find all this stuff. This is from Oscar Mason.
Mason.
You can go with Mason if you want. And I'm gonna let you. If you guys are interested in playing this, you should totally find all this stuff and read it.
Turn that lamp on. First thing I did in every room.
Oh yeah. I left the lights on to kind of know where I was.
Yeah, well I did because I played it late at night with headphones on, and this game has some super creepy sound design.
I'll never find this again.
Like they really established the house as a place in some pretty effective ways.
And it's a creepy big house.
It is. It's like a spooky old mansion.
And you find a lot of stuff, and I feel like
whatever the nature of the family and what's happened here may be, like the house itself is pretty.
Oh yeah, there's that V-Sync off. So you and I had some. I might go turn it on. You and I had some.
I think it's okay.
Issues.
Turn around. Yeah, this is running perfectly fine. Like, I had a lot of frame rate issues.
Me
at
too.
home.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a little bit of stuff like this. There are a few combinations to find to open locks and stuff like that. But like, this is
I would
not.
have written it right here.
This is not even like a puzzle-based adventure game. I wouldn't say. You know, like other than finding a few combinations and a couple of keys, like this game is purely about absorbing the story by exploring this house. You know, by uncovering the secrets here and piecing together in your head what it is that's gone on in these people's lives. You know, go across the hall of the TV room. That's a fun room.
Oh, is it this way?
Yeah, right there to your left.
Where's their Nintendo?
Wait, look at that tape.
Yeah, this stuff is kind of cool. Wait, let me open this drawer. Wait, it's the other drawer. Putting them both. 2001, The Dark Crystal. Not a pairing I would have, you know, thought up on my own. There's a cabinet in here that just has a ton of. I really want to fix that lampshade. Ton of movies in it.
The tape in.
Oh yeah, you find a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
I actually didn't enjoy this as much.
I mean, I tended to put these in briefly to kind of hear what they were about. But
I was playing kind of late at night too, and it was like some of the music is a little much. Like run away! No run button, by the way.
I would hope not. It's not a game about running.
Devil music.
Man, I'm really curious what is different between our systems at home and this one. I mean, this computer is a little bit faster, but not that much. But like this is perfectly smooth, and I was getting a lot of frame rate drops and stuff.
There we go. Look at all this.
But anyway, it's not an action game. It's not, you know, performance is not really a key factor here.
Beetlejuice Robocop. Now that is a pairing. Clue. Whoever her parents or whoever's VHS tape collection is, good taste. Dad's a dork.
Think.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk. But sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. And she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Turn the fan on. Vinny, I think this game is incredibly refreshing.
Yeah? Is that why you wanted me to turn the fan on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I just, you know, like it is. Oh, I never checked in there.
You never saw this?
All right. Well, I guess I didn't miss that much.
That's the conversation I had with Patrick and a bit with you about just about this kind of stuff. Like, oh, did you check here? Did you look under this pillow? Did you find this note?
Yeah, it's fun. Like you know, we definitely all have found some stuff that the others didn't see.
Did you look in this pizza box?
And you know, even the really critical, like the critical path elements of the story, you know, the stuff that you have to find, like, yeah, this stuff is so good. Like, look at, just flip through that, like it's rendered so.
Yeah, somebody wrote this.
Yeah, it's all rendered so believably. But like even the critical story pieces that you find still roll out in kind of whatever order you encounter them. You know, like in a lot of cases you can kind of fan out and just find things at your own pace. So you feel like you're constructing the narrative very organically in your head.
There are like 5 or 6 like key points that you have to do in order.
And those are obvious, you know, like when those happen, they're like some pretty cool sort of gee whiz, like, oh wow, that kind of moments.
And they're pretty obviously gated though. Like this, I think this door is locked.
Yeah,
here.
But
and you're not getting in here until you finish.
But that stuff all does roll out believably.
Yeah, and
like it tells a really strong story. I played this entire game start to finish. I think you did too, like all in one sitting.
You will find out where this came from.
Yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
scared.
go upstairs.
I'm scared.
Let's not turn on any lights.
I don't know.
Play this game in the dark.
Let's not get too much deeper into it, honestly, but like the reason I think this game is so refreshing is that, like, you know, there's been all these examples this year, like The Last of Us and BioShock Infinite, of these games where they have really strong, well-executed narrative components, and then people sort of trip up on the combat, you know? Like do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I feel like we've had this discussion over and over of like, this game is a great experience that did not need to be padded out with 10 hours of shooting stuff.
Yeah, it's probably about 3 or 4 with exploration and
Right,
stuff.
and that's exactly what this game is. Like, it, you know, it does exactly one thing. It creates a really well-realized, believable environment, and peppers a really resonant story throughout it that you can kind of discover at your own pace. And it feels like it should really be consumed all at once, like at one time, you know? Like,
Well, it's almost hard to put down.
that's what I mean. Like, the deeper I got into it, the more. Let's maybe break here.
I wanna mess up this room.
All right, fine. I'm sure you were the same when you played this, but like I spent like 10 times more time in every room than we have so far here. You know, like you just,
Sure. I'm kind of just flying through.
yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely. But when you play this for yourself,
Oh, here's my favorite. Is one of my favorite parts of this game right here.
yep, it's really good.
I just like the lightning kick. I like the names for them because they're exactly what like I used to call them.
Yeah,
Her
totally.
helicopter kick
Yep.
and her lightning kick.
Yep.
Kick, 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 kick. And I like that there's a mistake here. It's really, the game is just full of stuff like that. This fake Super Nintendo game is kind of funny too.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
I broke it.
it's a ghost
Yeah.
cartridge.
Hey, don't mock the ghosts.
You know, Gone Home, known for its ghosts.
That happened to me once before with another object, but I was able to get it back. There's another one. Secret cartridges in here.
I like their fake SNES games. You know what? I like their fake everything in this game. Like, all the photos they use in the magazines, I assume, are all like kind of public domain or royalty-free
Yeah, I think
photos.
there's a.
Like, you can look on the front of that locker or in that drawer right there. I know
right.
there's there's the Kurt Cobain photo.
Yeah.
Like, not the most memorable Kurt Cobain photo, but you know, it's not one they had the license from a photographer or something, which I think is awesome. I think, I'm guessing they probably enlisted some people they knew for some of this stuff. Like, this game feels like it was made by a small team, like very personally. Like, this feels like a very personal game.
Yeah.
Like the thematic elements are very strong and coherent. You know, obviously we won't get into that stuff, but you know, I love a game where the entire point of playing it is purely just to communicate this strong narrative.
And this is where you get
and
some kind of a narrative also from your protagonist.
Yeah, I like that some of the like she kind of chimes in some of the button prompts even.
Oh.
Like occasionally you'll have, like, it won't just be pick up paper, it'll be like, one of my old sex ed assignments or something like that, you know?
Are you going to dance with anyone?
So dreamy. This game is fantastic. I think this game is like important to the medium of video games and the advancement of it.
Yeah.
Not to get too highfalutin and pretentious here.
Pretty
but
highfalutin.
I know it is, but you know, sometimes you need a little bit of that.
I want that cart. I want to pull that cart back from the clipping death it suffered.
Like, you know, as people are getting better at telling stories with video games, it's nice to see one that focuses purely on that and doesn't get hung up on filler with kind of the other elements of video games that you don't necessarily need in every single game ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think
that's
we should,
kind of this game, yeah.
Yeah,
This is more a public service announcement to say, hey, check out this game, it's out there.
Yeah,
in case you didn't know anything about it, which I actually didn't really know anything about it.
That's all I foisted it upon you.
Yeah, also no mirrors in this house.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, they would have had to design the character and model her and all that stuff.
So I can't sit here and go...
There's an efficiency to the way this game is created. Like I said, it doesn't waste any time, you know? Except when you want to flush the toilet over and over.
Or when I want to look at all the toilet paper.
Oh, if only you could put the end of that roll of toilet paper in the toilet and then flush it.
Then it would be the perfect game.
Yeah, it'd be, you know...
Put that back in there.
At that point, brothers would have some serious competition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-oh!
Oh, no! Vinny, we have to stop!
Ah! Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Ah! Okay. Yeah,
okay.
that's
play Gone Home. It's out on Steam, and I think you can also get it from their official site. It's $20.
This door is broken.
Yep. It's well worth it. It's a really unique game. It's very well made. You should play it.
Ah.